Hey guys, I'm Matt, the owner of this channel, and here I have a special guest. He's the director of the Sonic and Mega Man fan films. His name is Eddie Lebron. What's up?
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having me here.
Hey, no problem. It's great having you here. I was a big fan of the Mega Man fan film, and I am so anxious for the Sonic fan film. So,
Thank you
awesome
very
having
much.
you. No problem. So here we are, and like, I forget what it is, but it's where you get the super worlds.
uh, yes, you're playing currently Sonic 3 and Knuckles, right?
Yep.
Alright, because it's easy for someone to be all, oh, it's just Sonic and Knuckles. It matters that the games are together. The combination is my favorite game of all time. It's been that way since I think it was like 10? Yeah, since I was 10. And with all of the technological advances of gaming, it's still my favorite game of all time.
Same here. It's like one of those games you never forget. I love this game. It's my favorite Sonic game, and I guess it's yours too, so that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a game that, I mean, without having text screens or anything, it tells a story. It feels grand, like everything's happening on such a grandiose scale. One thing I like about older games is what really makes a good classic game from, the 8-bit or the 16-bit era is it's able to tell such a big story without having to rely on either dialogue or text. And to my knowledge, this is one of the few games to me that kind of got that right, where you feel like a lot is happening and everything you do matters towards the final goal.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And the cool thing is, there's different ways you can accomplish that goal as Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles. With Knuckles, with the alternate, passageways and everything. And Sonic and Tails, you get what I'm saying.
Oh, totally. I mean, I know I'm making a Sonic movie, but if I had the power and the budget to do so, I would make a movie based on this game. But by that circumstance, I have to make one for 1 and 2. So I guess I would go the Dark Knight route and, build everything up to this third film and, make it big. It's interesting because even though my movie's based on the first game, a lot of the visual style and element and the way the colors are used is, well, in the final film, because we have done a lot more since the trailer to the image, is primarily based on the Sonic 3 and Knuckles color palette, since I kind of feel that, I mean, by default, because it's the most graphically superior of the games, it has the best use of color and the most, interesting and wide-ranged color palette.
I get what you're saying. Like, I love in the trailer how I use the CGI with the fur and everything.
Yeah, and, I mean, we're trying to push everything further, and I mean, half of the movie to me is Sonic, and the other half is the environment, since it kind of goes hand in hand, the whole nature versus technology thing. And I feel in terms of presentation, Sonic 3 and Knuckles was the one that kind of, to me, got it right. I kind of wish I can see a Green Hill Zone with the type of graphical power and color use that Sonic 3 and Knuckles had. But then again, I mean, that's why you have the first stage and this stage. So I mean, I guess it's its own little. Every game has its own little representation of the pinnacle, the ultimate greenery level. The first game had Green Hill Zone. This has Angel Island, if I remember correctly, and the second
Sonic
one,
2 had
yeah,
Emerald Hill.
Emerald Hill, and I mean, it's just I wish I can see a kind of more to-the-point representation of Green Hill Zone with this type of, graphic capability. But hey, I'm perfectly happy with Angel Island. It's what it needs to be for the sake of the game.
I mean, I love the backstory of Angel Island and everything from the comics and the games. Just fascinates me how Sega did that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the game lends a lot in terms of story. I mean, I kind of feel the first 2 games, they have a much bigger story if you kind of go to, various other media outlets, you know, the comic and kind of write-ups, but I feel out of the 3 games, this is the one that kind of requires less of you to have to do research to get that, what's the overall story. And also, it also
actually has like cutscenes and everything that tells you what happens.
Exactly.
I get what you're saying. The Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, those had like a really big background story.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles just like showed the story to you.
Yeah. Which, of course, at the end of the day, as a filmmaker, that's what I definitely prefer. One thing that I liked about this game over the other games is the fact that everything is continuous. In which case, you know, you don't end a stage and go to the next level. There's always a mini cutscene that kind of shows you how does Sonic get from point A to point B and point B to point C, which I absolutely love because it feels like instead of multiple, the first 2 games, it makes it clear this is the stage, this is the stage, this is the stage. While this one, there's a twine that connects everything. And that kind of makes the game feel bigger to me because it just seems like a large, continuous journey. Like there's a way he got to the ice cap zone, and there was a way that he got to this level, and there was a way that got to this level. Whether it was because he's after Robotnik or because Knuckles set him up in a trap to send him there. It's just that lends itself to this, you know, whole big scale that I think the game has.
Yeah, I love how yeah, it's all connected, and you know, like in Casino Night Zone, how you got to Ice Cap like the cannon, and then Angel Island, how you got to, you know, yeah, I get what you're saying. That's really awesome. And I think in this stage, in particular, I think Sonic jumps on the flying battery zone, and that's how he gets there.
Oh yeah, that's at the end of this stage, right? Or no, am I mistaken? I think it is.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
At the end of this stage, when Sonic beats Robotnik,
the ship goes off, and then he just jumps on it, as hardcore as he is.
I especially love the transition from Angel Island to Hydrocity, because Knuckles is such a jerk.
Ha, very true. I mean, weirdly enough, it's one of those games where I don't know if I have a favorite stage. I mean, for 2, it's, you know, Chemical Plant, and of course, for the first one, it's Green Hill Zone by default. But for this, I can't think of a favorite stage because everything just kind of works for me on an equal level. I mean, if I have to pick a level that really, you know, gets me going, it's really hard. I guess not by default, but maybe Ice Cap, because I really like the atmosphere and the music, and to my knowledge, it's like the first time where you have kind of that snowy atmosphere implemented into a Sonic game.
Yeah,
and the
I think that's one of the first
Yeah.
snow zones ever in a Sonic game, as I recall. But I mean, my favorite stage is probably Hydrocity. Even though I hate water stages,
Yeah.
there's just something about it.
Totally. I mean, I guess that's the one thing that perturbed me about the water stages in the first game is it felt like in Hydrocity, it felt like the water lent itself to an even bigger level. Like the water was just a little part of the level, a little obstacle, and you don't have to worry about. I mean, you do worry about it's an obstacle, but in the first game, I almost felt like you're going to be spending 90% of your time in the water dying because it was just so. It was the obstacle. It wasn't one of many obstacles. I feel like the water was the obstacle in the water levels of Sonic 1. And I'm not a fan. I mean, I'm a fan, but I do not like hearing the melody that plays before you die underwater. I remember when I was a kid, that stuff freaked the crap out of me, and it was so unsettling. That was one of my fears of the first game, was just getting caught underwater and then hearing that little music.
And then the bubble never shows up.
Oh yeah.
When you want it to.
And then Sonic dies and floats into the abyss.
Yeah. I like how they implemented, like, Sonic can hold on to Tails and swim in Sonic 4 Episode 2, even though that's not, like, the best Sonic game. And I just like how they implemented that because now Sonic can kind of swim, but on tails. There's a way to get out.
Oh yeah. I mean, I like in episode 2 how they kind of tried to give more of a I mean, Tails definitely has a purpose, but in this game he seems to have more of a purpose and more of a use to get from point A to point B. While in the other games I kind of felt that he was more of, not a necessity, but just kind of an easier way to get out of situations, like, I'll just fly up and that's all I can really do if you're right now, Tails. And run past you and you'll die because you're too slow, but yeah.
And an easy target for enemies.
Oh, totally.
He dies like every 5 seconds. It's great. And here we are, we just defeated the robotic boss of this level. And we're about to see that cutscene we just talked about.
Yes. Bridging us into the next stage. Another stage with great music and great atmosphere, and I can praise this game continuously, but people, Sonic fans know how solid this game is.
Yeah, everyone knows this is like the best game of like the 90s era, kind of.
I feel like it's definitely in all of Sonic games, it's a tie between this and Sonic CD. To me, at least.
So, Eddie, we're basically done with the playthrough. You got anything else to say?
Yeah, just thank you for having me, and those that are listening, check out my the up-to-date info on my Sonic fan film at sonicfanfilm.com, or go to my company site bluecorestudios.com. We make a lot of rad and cool videos, a lot of video game stuff, and a lot of non-video game stuff. And we have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/bluecorestudios, and I'm keeping busy, and I hope you guys enjoy my stuff, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. I'll have all those links in the description below. You should really check those out. I cannot wait for the Sonic fan film, Eddie.
Thank you.
I hope it's going to be amazing.
Thank you very much. I will do the best I can to make it amazing.
I believe in you.
Oh, thank you.
So, that's it for now. We'll see you next time.
Peace.